So SSL is secure socket layers. It's a way for you to encrypt everything between the browser that a user is generally using in your end server. And Octopus has support for SSL. It has support for Let's Encrypt Octopus certificates. So you can use Let's Encrypt to actually lock down Octopus, to actually encrypt, use SSL on Octopus. One thing just to be aware of is with Let's Encrypt, you can only put it on a single node of Octopus. You can't have Let's Encrypt over a highly available instance. You would then have to use a traditional certificate on that. So you can also use Let's Encrypt to encrypt infrastructure. That could be on Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, and Cloudflare. And Octopus also comes in with a built-in certificate store under, and I'll show you that in just a moment. And what you can do, that's where you would generally you reuse your certificate. So that could be an internal CA, that could well be obviously a public CA like GoDaddy. So you could generate your CSR, go to GoDaddy, buy and pay for your certificate, and then take it from there, and then take any Octopus. At that point, you can then deploy to your endpoints, or many of your endpoints as well. So Let's Encrypt is probably one of my favorite things over the past few years, because free SSL is fantastic. You know, traditionally, you would normally have to pay several hundred US dollars, or probably about £100. If you make it a wildcard certificate, then suddenly it's $200-300. And some of those, obviously, one of the benefits recently, particularly with Scott Helm and Troy Hunt talking about it, is those extended the EV certificates, which used to cost tens of thousands of pounds. They're slowly going, thankfully. So let's jump in to see how this works. So normally you'll have a web server or admin software. That's, in this instance, it's Octopus. They can make the request to Let's Encrypt, and then from there it takes the certificate, and then the web server or the admin software can then use it. Okay, so let's jump in and have a quick look. So what we've got here is we have Octopus, we have a sample project, and let's come into the process. So you've got your deployment, and then what you can then do is you can use Let's Encrypt to then deploy the certificate to your web server, or lastly, use your built-in Octopus certificate. So if you come into here, you go into library, you'll see certificates on the top left-hand corner. And then in this instance, I have my ADFS certificate, which I've generated via Let's Encrypt. I mean, ADFS is horrible at the best of the times, I generally find, but you know, free certificates rather than having to set something up is always great. Actually, free certificates is always a good idea. And you'll see here, if you jump over to our library.octopus.com, then you have, let me see, SSL. There's a whole bunch of steps. And then you've got Let's Encrypt, which does Azure, Cloudflare, a general SSL certificate, Google Cloud, AWS, and then there's also a whole bunch of other steps that you can use. And that, yeah, so that is that's SSL.